Hello, Heather Walpole here, and I am the owner of UU Yarns, and I am here to show you the Breezy Baby Cardi today. This is a free knitting pattern for this adorable little baby sweater, and it's just as it sounds, breezy to knit. Anyway, this little sweater is a free knitting pattern from uu.com. So you can go to our website and download the instructions on how to knit it. It comes in 4 different sizes up to 2 years old, and all the details are right inside. But let me walk you through a few of the steps on how to make this little sweater. So as you can see, it's a sweet little double-breasted cardigan. It has 4 buttons on the front here. I use vintage buttons. I think I got these at the thrift store. I love thrifting, so fun little accent for this knitted piece. But you can see it is just a sweet little jacket. And it is knit in 4 pieces. So you start here with the back, and it starts at the bottom here with something called seed stitch. So seed stitch is knits and purls, and you probably know how to knit and purl. And when you knit a row and then you purl back, you get this nice smooth fabric called stockinette stitch. But if you do the opposite, you can get seed stitch. So if you knit where you're purled and purl where you knit, you get this sort of staggered stitch called seed stitch. And the seed stitch sits at the bottom of every panel. So it's all around the hem of the sweater and then at the cuffs on the arms. So you start with the back and you just knit like a little rectangle, but it has a little bit of shaping here to tuck into baby's arm. So you're just going to bind off a few stitches at this edge, and then as you purl back, you'll bind off a few stitches at this edge, and then you just work up before you bind off there at the back of the neck. And then you're going to do the same thing on these front panels. And you start with this panel where the left front, where the buttons sit, and you start at the bottom just the same, and then you bind off a little bit, and then you work up in a narrower section here, and then you bind off for this neck edge, and you work up a little bit for the shoulder before you bind off. And then the sleeves are just worked flat. They're like a rectangle, and then they're just sewn on the inside, and all 4 pieces are sewn together. And then for the right front, it works as a mirror to the left front, but the only difference is you make these little buttonholes. And buttonholes are easy if you haven't ever made them before. It's a yarn over and a knit 2 together. So essentially you make a loop over the needle and then you do a decrease, and the combination makes a hole without adding any number of stitches to your project. So you just work up, and then in the instructions it tells you how many stitches to knit, yarn over, knit 2 together, and you do it again, and then you work some more, and you're going to bind off here at this little edge, and all the steps are in there. So it's nice and easy to work this little sweater, and then you piece it all together, and then when you're done, you just lay it flat and you stitch the buttons under where the buttonholes go, and then that helps it all sit nice and flat into the sweetest little cardigan. It's a great sweater if you've never knit a sweater before, because it shows you sort of all the steps to a larger sweater, like an adult sweater, but in tiny form. So it's super fun. if you know a baby, this is the newborn size, but then we have a 6-month size, a 1-year size, and a 2-year size, like a 1-year, 18-month in the middle there. And all those sizes are shown here. You kind of go off a baby's chest measurement because they're little, you know, they don't have a lot of shape. So you work off their chest measurement, and then you can choose, like, it uses 2 balls of our, oh geez, UU Yarns Baa Baa Bulky. And this is a really nice, really squishy and bouncy washable merino wool yarn. So it's a very high quality yarn, but like I said, it is totally washable. So it's perfect for a baby and even a first-time parent, because if something happens, they can just throw this little sweater in the wash and it only gets softer. I mean, you do have to make sure you have washable buttons, but I'm sure you will. So you can knit it in, we have a beautiful rainbow of Baa Baa Bulky yarns, and it would be great in any of these colors. That was the berry that I showed it in. How cute would it be though in red, or a little baby blue is perfect. Maybe something neutral like charcoal. That would be fun. Or, you know, those tried and true neutrals like lemon and my soft sage. Great for baby stuff. Oh, purple lavender is very popular right now. Oh, maybe a bright like aquamarine. Super fun. Or the other fun thing is, because it's 4 panels, you could knit each panel in a different color. Like, you could make it like the super hippest neutral baby ever. How cute would that be? Oh my gosh, I want that sweater. I keep saying that. So yeah, Baa Baa Bulky is available from UU Yarns, uu.com, EWE. It's the female sheep, and you can find all of the information on this pattern, the Breezy Baby Cardi. You can see the yarn right there on the front. You can knit this project on straight needles, and you can get this pattern on our website. You can just type in Breezy and it should pop up right from the little search menu. It's a free pattern download, and yeah, I'd love for you to give it a try. And if you have any questions along the way, you can email me. I have right in here. You can email patterns@uu.com, and I will do my best to get back to you and help you. So let me know how it goes, and if you're going to knit it, leave me a comment below. Have a great day. Thanks for knitting with me.